Hello and welcome. This week's highlight from Goa was the political debate between the power ministers of Delhi and Goa on the issue of free electricity. What happened in this debate and who ended up with an upper hand? Let's have a look.
गोवा का जो मॉडल है जनता के लिए उनका है पावर का ज्यादा बिजली कम, जनता के लिए नहीं नेताओं के लिए बिजली फ्री है। जो पैसा जनता के लिए बिजली पे खर्च करना चाहिए था वो एमएलए खरीदने पे खर्च किया जाता है। हमने गोवा के लिए, जो आप यूपीएस जी ने क्वेश्चन पूछा, गोवा के लिए जो मॉडल है हमारा, हमने गोवा के लोगों से बातचीत करके दिल्ली मॉडल को, गोवा के लिए जो हमने बातचीत की कि दिल्ली में हमारा ये मॉडल है, गोवा के लिए बिल्कुल अलग मॉडल है। गोवा के अंदर हम 300 यूनिट बिजली सबको फ्री देंगे। आपका क्वेश्चन था 300 पे कैसे पहुंचे। दिल्ली में हम 200 यूनिट फ्री देते हैं और 200 से 400 तक का आधा रेट देते हैं, यानी 300 यूनिट। तो समझाने के लिए बिल्कुल आसान था। गोवा में हमने लोगों से डिस्कशन किया, मीटिंग्स की, तो वो बोले कि भी 200 और 400 बड़ा कंफ्यूजिंग सा हो जाता है, आप सीधा 300 कर दीजिएगा, दैट इज बेटर। तो गोवा की जनता से बात करके हमने फैसला किया कि 300 यूनिट बिजली सभी डोमेस्टिक कस्टमर्स को, सभी कंज्यूमर्स को फ्री मिलेगी। 300 यूनिट से ऊपर, जितना भी 300 यूनिट से ऊपर होगा, जो रेट है वो वही रहेंगे। और दिल्ली में पिछले 7 साल से हमने बिजली के रेट बढ़ने नहीं दिए। आपको हम गारंटी देते हैं अगले आने वाले 5 साल तक गोवा के अंदर किसी भी स्लैब की बिजली के रेट बढ़ने नहीं देंगे। ये गोवा का मॉडल होगा। 24 घंटे 24/7 24 घंटे गोवा के अंदर बिजली आएगी। कट को आप भूल जाएंगे, जैसे दिल्ली के लोग भूल गए हैं। दिल्ली के अंदर इन्वर्टर, जनरेटर अब खत्म हो गए हैं। गोवा के अंदर भी इन्वर्टर, जनरेटर को आप भूल जाएंगे, जनरेटर की दुकानें बंद हो जाएंगी। इस बात की हम गारंटी देते हैं। और किसानों के लिए बिजली मुफ्त।
When a person consumes 80 units in Goa and a person consumes in Delhi it is free. In Goa they pay 137 rupees. If somebody consumes in Delhi 120 units, in Delhi it is now, as per their scheme, it is free. In Goa it is 207 rupees. But somebody who is consuming 300 units, say 200 units, 201 units, in Delhi they have to pay 195 rupees, we have to pay 375 rupees. Then comes to 300 units, they have the total charges along with subsidy, they have to pay 1,521 minus the subsidy, that is 721. In Goa the bill is only 640. When it goes up to 400 units, you have to pay, in Delhi there is 2,052 where they subsidize and they still have to pay 1,252, whereas in Goa they have to pay 985. So this is a clear picture of the existing model which is there in Goa and which is there in Delhi. It is only during the season, that is this rainy season, that the interruption starts. And we don't have a Genco. Genco means generating station in Goa. We have to bring kilometers and kilometers away. Whereas in Delhi, they have their own Gencos. They have got 2 or 3 Gencos in Delhi who produce power. Now if their idea is to have a thermal power station here, I have no comments on that. They must be having an idea of making a thermal power station here to produce their own electricity here so that there are no disruptions. Our electricity comes kilometers and kilometers from Chhattisgarh. Some of the power supply comes even from Himachal Pradesh. Some of the power comes very far off. And so there are interruptions all the way through. And there is no doubt about it. But we are still trying to give maximum and benefit, in the sense we are trying to give 24/7 and we are working on that.
छत्तीसगढ़ जहाँ की बात कर रहे हैं, वहाँ से दिल्ली को बिजली भी आती है, हिमाचल से बिजली कहते हैं, दिल्ली को भी हिमाचल से बिजली आती है, जबकि हम 24 घंटे अनइंटरप्टेड पावर सप्लाई देखें। नियत की बात है। अगर हमारी नियत होती, हमारी सरकार को तो 7 साल हुए बने हुए, हमने सरकार बनने के 2 साल के अंदर 24 घंटे बिजली स्टार्ट कर दी दिल्ली के अंदर अनइंटरप्टेड। इनकी सरकार तो 10 साल से चल रही है, 12 साल से चल रही है, इनको अब आगे 3 साल क्यों चाहिए। उन्होंने बोला कि यहाँ पर छत्तीसगढ़ से पावर आती है, इसलिए बिजली 24 घंटे नहीं मिलती। दिल्ली में भी पावर छत्तीसगढ़ से आती है, दिल्ली में भी पावर हिमाचल से आती है। उसके बावजूद भी दिल्ली में पिछले 5 साल से 24 घंटे 24/7 बिजली मिलती है। हम कोई बहानेबाजी नहीं कर रहे। हम ये नहीं कह रहे कि हमें 3 साल और दे दो। अब जनता समझदार है, वो 3 साल देने वाली नहीं, ध्यान से रहना।
He is also making a provision of in his budget, and today in his budget, if he has made a provision, it is from some other taxpayers' money. So the question of what he is making a statement does not come right.
देखिएगा, जो भी खर्चा होता है ना, सबसे पहले तो जनता को मैं क्लियर कर देता हूं कि ये पैसा नेताओं का नहीं है, टैक्स पेयर्स का है। कई बार नेताओं को लगने लगता है, मंत्री बन जाते हैं, मुख्यमंत्री बन जाते हैं, बड़े नेता बन जाते हैं कि हम अपनी जेब से खर्च कर रहे हैं। ये सारा का सारा पैसा आप ही ने खर्च किया, आप ही की जेब से लिया जाता है। अगर बाजार में आप जाते हैं, अगर साबुन की एक टिक्की भी लेके आते हो ना, उस पर भी टैक्स लगता है। गरीब से गरीब आदमी छोटे से छोटा काम करता है, उस पर टैक्स लगता है, उस टैक्स से सारी किटी बनती है। उस पैसे को ठीक से मैनेज नहीं करते नेता लोग, और बाद में कहते हैं फ्री में कुछ नहीं मिलना चाहिए। दिल्ली की अकेली सरकार है देश के अंदर, अकेली सरकार है जिसने कोई कर्ज नहीं लिया पिछले 7 साल से। अकेली सरकार है जो बिना किसी कर्ज के चल रही है, किसी तरह का कोई टैक्स नहीं लगाया, कोई टैक्स नहीं बढ़ाया, पूरे 7 साल हो गए हैं। अकेली सरकार है।
This is like how we have small gadas here in Goa. They are called commercial customers. Sorry, in them they call them NDLT, non-domestic low tension consumer. Now this particular consumer has consumed 37 units in his gada in Delhi. I've got a bill with me. Now his bill is what? How much is his bill? It is 941 rupees for consuming 37 units. What are the charges? 8% surcharge, pension trust surcharge, PPCA charges and all those. So 37 units she is paying 940. I will show you a report where they have got loans to the thousands of crores. I will just show it to you. 1 minute. See, if he is saying Delhi, what is this? Delhi Jal board has to repay 20,000 crores. CAG report says. What is this? From where is this money? This is not money from the Delhi government.
Nilesh
He is trying to show. No, आप मन डिस्टर्ब नहीं किया. This is a fact. This is one point. The second point I will show you. He is saying that he is not taking money from anybody. I will show you with proof. He is talking in here. I will show you with proof that the money taken by I just showed it to you. And the second thing, where he has taken money from, if you go to their entire budget of 67,000 crores.
अब मैं आपको दिखाना चाहता हूं ये CAG, कंट्रोलर एंड ऑडिटर जनरल ऑफ इंडिया, उनकी रिपोर्ट है। CAG रिपोर्ट कहती है कि दिल्ली के अंदर लास्ट 5 ईयर से किसी तरह का भी कोई, हमेशा सरप्लस में सरकार चली है, बजट सरप्लस में रहा है। ये CAG की रिपोर्ट है, मेरी रिपोर्ट नहीं है। इसको आप चेक करा लीजिएगा।
In the budget itself, they are showing borrowings of 4,291 crores, other receipts of 1,100 crores. Now, he is saying that states own tax, states own non-tax, grants from center, which is almost 10,409 crores. He is saying he is not getting money from anybody. 10,409 crores is from the grants from the center. And he is from borrowings, he is declaring in his budget 4,291 crores. Is the proof?
देश के अंदर सिर्फ अकेली सरकार है जिसका बजट पॉजिटिव में है। पॉजिटिव बजट का
मतलब क्या है? दिखाने के लिए पॉजिटिव रहेगा। Actually, this is a statement which I have not.
CAG अगर ऑडिट कर रहा है,
This is not CAG. This is as per their budget statement in the
CAG ने
assembly.
लिख के दिया है 5 साल से हम पॉजिटिव में चल रहे हैं, हम प्लस में चल रहे हैं।
He is trying to deviate from what I am telling him. I am asking him his budget. He is 60,000 where he has also mentioned.
Do you refuse this?
No, I will show you more. I will show you more.
दिखा दीजिए।
Where he shows that I will show you his expenditure on the budget. Why he is going to spend on what? He has kept a provision of 2,820 crores has been allotted for providing power subsidy to consumers to discoms. This is his budget.
Okay, we will give this, but now let.
We have not increased tariff for last so many years. We are also giving subsidy almost more than, see, I will show you the percentage of subsidy. We are giving much more than what they are giving. They are 2,820 crores what they have kept is for a budget for total consumers which is less than us. I mean, our consumers less than theirs. And they are percentage wise, whatever subsidies they are giving, we are crossing that because we are already giving more than 500 crores subsidies across the section of the society as per JRC tariff. The second thing what is happening is they are not allowing, he may say that JRC, for us it is JRC, for them is a Delhi based Joint Agriculture Commission. There are reports that DISCOMs themselves are saying that they are not allowing to increase tariff and we are not able to pay.
He's saying we are doing it in favor of people, and why you should object, why you are supporting private companies.
To take loans and pay back, as I have showed you here. To take loans and pay back this 2,887 crores what they have shown, 2,820 crores what they have shown as allocated providing powers. You take loans, you are taking loans of 4,500.
You are acting like an auditor and not like a proper minister who's supposed to give electricity to to the people and what they have. Here the question is, one, you have said कि we cannot give free
I said we
electricity.
cannot give. The way they are giving, we cannot give because we are bothered about the state. We can.
अभी उन्होंने देखो कितनी बड़ी बात बताई कि गोवा की पावर मिनिस्ट्री दिल्ली से भी ज्यादा सब्सिडी दे रही है, पर दे किसको रही है ये नहीं पता लग रहा। जनता को तो बिजली फ्री नहीं मिल रही। हम लोग दिल्ली में 2 करोड़ की आबादी है, 2,500 करोड़ की सब्सिडी देते हैं। उन्होंने बताया पता नहीं कितने सौ करोड़, अभी मैं समझ नहीं पाया कितना बताया उन्होंने। परसेंटेज टर्म में उनकी हमारे से बहुत ज्यादा है। दिल्ली की परसेंटेज टर्म में 2-3% बनती है, ये परसेंटेज टर्म में 10% पता नहीं कितना परसेंट बता रहे हैं। अगर गोवा की सरकार ज्यादा सब्सिडी दे रही है तो जनता को क्यों नहीं मिल रही? यही तो हम बता रहे हैं कि कहीं ना कहीं कॉन्ट्रैक्टर्स के पास चली जाती है, ठेकेदारों के पास चली जाती है, कंपनियों के पास चली जाती है, जनता के पास नहीं जाती। हम ये कह रहे हैं जनता को बिल्कुल ट्रांसपेरेंट कर दो सब चीजें। देखो जितने लोग हैं उनके बहुत सारे गलत बिल आए हुए हैं, बहुत परेशान है। मैं कल से आया हुआ हूँ, कई लोगों से मैं मिला, कहते हैं उनके पेंडिंग बिल बहुत सारे इकट्ठे हो गए हैं, वो गलत बिल थे। तो जैसा केजरीवाल साहब ने कहा है कि जितने भी बिल हैं सारे के सारे बिल, पेंडिंग बिल डोमेस्टिक लोगों के सबके माफ कर दिए जाएंगे, ये हम आपको गारंटी देते हैं। 24 घंटे बिजली आएगी, इस बात की गारंटी है। 300 यूनिट सबको फ्री मिलेगी, इस बात की गारंटी है। और फार्मर्स को बिजली फ्री मिलेगी, इस बात की गारंटी है।
Now waiving off, I will say why, then I will also stop paying my bills because they are going to waive off. That is not the question. Waiving off somebody's money is not the answer to your problems. Problem says, okay, we have waived off the interest so that you pay the principal. Now, if we want to waive off it, hardly now with the recovery what has been done, the outstanding must be hardly 200 or 250 crores. And from that, domestic consumer must be hardly 20 or 15 or 20 crores. So it is not a big thing for us to waive.
So why you are not
But
promising
principally-
that?
No, we can't. See, principally there are two things. A consumer who is paying on time, consumer who is paying in time, he will always say, I am paying on time, and this government has waived off somebody's bills who has not paid on time. It is not correct principally.
कि इसमें इशू ये है कि काफी सारे लोगों के बिल गलत आए हुए हैं।
Yeah.
बिलों की शिकायत है कि वो बिल इन्फ्लेटेड था, ज्यादा था, उसका गलत बिल आया, उसको ठीक नहीं हो रहा है। एमएलए के चक्कर लगाओ, मंत्री जी के घर के बाहर खड़े रहो, तो ठीक नहीं हो पा रहे हैं। तो हमने कभी वन टाइम, दिस विल बी वन टाइम सेटलमेंट, कि जितने भी पुराने बिल हैं उनको सेटल कर दिया जाए, झगड़ा खत्म हो जाएगा।
वन टाइम सेटलमेंट इज जीरो। वन टाइम सेटलमेंट तो उन्होंने भी ऑफर किया।
नहीं, वन टाइम जीरो कर दें। कितना बता रहे हैं? 20 करोड़ रुपए। 20 करोड़ पे क्या लड़ाई झगड़ा करना है? अगर कोई बिजनेस भी करता है तो कहते हैं यार पहले हिसाब क्लियर कर लो, अच्छा रहेगा। आगे तो 300 फ्री कर ही रहे हैं, वरना उसके ऊपर क्या होगा? आपने 300 यूनिट फ्री कर दिया, पुराना चलता रहेगा बिल के अंदर, तो पुराना भी जीरो कर देंगे। और देखो हमने तो बिल्कुल साफ रखा है, जनता का ही तो पैसा है और जनता नहीं करना है। और 20 करोड़ से वैल्यू क्या होती है? 20 करोड़ में तो एक एमएलए भी नहीं मिलता।
Every time he is talking about MLA, he wants it out. He wants me to say something about. He wants to discuss about that.
Okay.
No, he is deviating from the subject.
मैंने एमएलए को बोला, आपको नहीं बोला।
अरे हम भी एमएलए, आप एमएलए दिल्ली करेगा, हम गोवा के एमएलए है।
देखो दिल्ली का बता देता हूं मैं आपको।
ओके ओके।
नहीं, आप दिल्ली का एमएलए रहेंगे, हम गोवा के एमएलए।
2014 में
आप गोवा का नाम लेता है, एमएलए का नाम लेता है, तो मैं एमएलए का गोवा का हूँ। आप दिल्ली का एमएलए पैसा लेते होगे, पता नहीं, हम लेते नहीं।
एक सेकंड दीजिए बस, एक मिनट एमएलए के नाम, एक मिनट बस। देखिएगा ये पूरा का पूरा ना, मैंने गोवा के कितने कंज्यूमर्स हैं, किसको कितना फायदा मिलेगा। 100 यूनिट्स तक, फिर 200 यूनिट तक, फिर 300 यूनिट तक, टोटल मिला के 87%। गोवा के 87%, गोवा के टोटल जितने कंज्यूमर्स हैं उसका 87% लोग 300 यूनिट के अंदर आएगा। तो 87% जो लोग हैं वो गोवा के ही हैं। कल
Delhi's annual revenue requirement ARR is for buying electricity is 20,481 crores. Goa's annual requirement is 2,327. In that, their budgetary support for subsidies, what they give, is 2,975 crores. So percentage wise, it becomes 15% of their entire budget. As far as Goa is concerned, when we are giving budgetary support to everybody, he is saying we are not giving free. We are giving to every section of society support. And if you see, because we are consumption, because we consume only 2,327 crores. So that is why we give 437 crores we have given last year. This year we are going to give 504 crores. If you see percentage wise to their budget, ours is 22% subsidy. So he might be giving to some people and trying to make them at a vote bank. Our policy is not to make a vote bank. The Goa government believes in giving the downtrodden, in a sense, people who are deserving, who deserve, in a sense, because of their economical backward class of people. And they are, because of the limitations of their budget. Now, I had made a statement, I'm making it again. What he is saying, 87% from where he gets, I don't know.
So what is your figure, please?
No, see, that's what I'm trying to say. No, the percentage, if you go to see percentage wise of the consumers which are there, of electricity consumers, Now there are various types of consumers. As I told you, people have got second, third, fourth, fifth. Now they are not consumers, no. So you have to interpret what is a consumer. Consumer is, he stays 365 days here, he stays 24 hours or whatever, 8 hours, 10 hours, he's out of his house and comes back at the house to stay at night, is I consider as a consumer. A consumer cannot be outside staying in some other place. I cannot call him a consumer.
नीलेश बाप जी ने ना अभी बहुत क्लियरली कहा है कि गोवा के लोग 300 यूनिट से कम यूज़ नहीं करते। मैं तो साफ साफ कहना चाहता हूँ, जितने भी लोग 300 यूनिट से कम कंज्यूमर से अपना बिल निकाल लीजिएगा। गोवा के रहने वाले लोग जो 12 महीने गोवा में रहते हैं उन्हीं की बात कर रहा हूँ मैं। इनकी कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी में जो लोग रहते हैं, कोरचोरम में जो रहते हैं, वो भी अपना बिल निकाल के देख लें। जिनका भी बिल 300 यूनिट से कम आता है, इनको वोट मत देना, इस बार आम आदमी पार्टी को दे देना।
We spoke to the experts after this much hyped debate. Here is what they had to say.
Aam Aadmi Party had an upper hand in comparison. I think there were far too many self-goals made by the minister. I thought that probably showed that that could have probably been because of the communication gap between the two of them, and so that is one issue. But if you ask me frankly and logically, who sounded better, so I would say that Aam Aadmi Party scored a goal here.
The clear winner is the Goan today, an average Goan, because for the first time we have seen that the election politics is getting more and more interesting, because the entire agenda, entire debate has moved towards development, talking about good about Goa rather than emotional issues. But I agree with what Nilesh Bab has said, that the Aam Aadmi Party's minister, Mr. Jain, has not only been eloquent, but he has been very, very factual and very, very clear in his communication. Probably he has won hearts of many today.
This is a party that is dedicated towards working for the welfare of the people 24/7. That is why we have won elections in Delhi with overwhelming mandates. And it is only a matter of time that the people of Goa realize. And this is not, I mean, a debate is a debate. It is for the people. Democracy has won today, but we will be happy only when we win the elections and we are able to deliver on each and every promise that we have made, very truthfully and after a lot of thought and effort.
I don't understand that political part of it, but I very strongly believe purely from a communication angle, I think Mr. Jain probably understood the concept very well. He appeared to understand the technicalities very well. He appeared to understand the strengths and the strengths of Aam Aadmi Party and what it can deliver, and that's why he was very clear about what he wanted to say. In fact, I found the minister a little bit trying to confuse Mr. Jain in order to derail him from this, but I strongly believe that purely from a communication angle, he always brought the topic back on track and stuck to its point. It showed very clearly that the man knows his business very well. I think that's the most important part. Anybody who understands his concepts well and anyone who understands his things well makes things very simple, does not try to complicate it. A person who makes things complicated is either one, not able to communicate well, which is not true with someone like Nilesh Cabral, who is an astute politician himself, so he's very good at communicating. But that simply showed that he probably did not understand his business very well. So that's just the way.
You don't have a single MLA in Goa, so it is easy for you to promise anything and everything just to build a pressure on the other side. And second part is saying we have also run so many welfare schemes. So just by bringing in your welfare scheme, you cannot just discount what they have done over a period of time.
See, this is a very standard kind of an arrogance of the old parties. You may have heard in Delhi also, when we made our debut and when we fought for elections, they said that these are common people, these are not politicians. They don't know how to run government. They don't know how to win elections. Ignore them. Sheila Dikshit ji at that time said, Arvind Kejriwal kaun hai? They refused to even acknowledge our presence. Today, BJP is doing the same thing in Goa. We came today for a very focused discussion and debate. If you want to not talk about real issues of the people, then sorry, we are not the right people to talk to. But today, when we got down to discussing who will actually deliver concrete, time-bound goods for the people of Goa, only Mr. Satyendra Jain and Aam Aadmi Party stand tall. We very clearly made a convincing point that we will be able to deliver the free power as promised, and we will also deliver 24/7 power, just like we have done in Delhi. Even in Delhi in 2014, when we came to power, there were 7 to 8 hour power cuts even in the national capital. Today, there are no power cuts, generators and inverters you will not find anywhere in Delhi. We are saying that what BJP, they have a government in Goa for 10 years, they are asking कि हमें और 3 साल दे दो. Arey, what were you doing for these last 10 years? Only buying and selling MLAs. So we do not have a competence in that. We have a competence in governance. We are running national capital. We are working on building a modern India, and we will make sure that we do, and you hold us to our promises. But if you want to talk about new party, they don't any MLA, people will answer those questions. Please wait only for a few months.
How do you look at it? Are you principally against giving freebies, or you are saying this can work economically but not desirable?
It can work economically. I don't really see. So a very rough calculation that Dr. Manoj has given is perfectly correct. I'm saying it could even go to even say something like 500 crores in a year. That's perfectly okay for a state like Goa. That's actually not big. I'm principally against giving freebies, and I'm principally against giving freebies to a state like Goa. It is not required. Does it mean that I'm not supposed to give 24/7 good quality electricity? I'm telling you, there will be so many IT sector people who will invest in Goa that everything will be taken care of. That itself is what I'm trying to say. I'm saying that there are various things that Goa needs to spend on, and therefore giving freebies is not really required, and therefore I call this an apatradan. Giving things in Goa is an apatradan, even if it is 300. See, 87% if they look at, I mean, I don't believe that 87% of the Goan population cannot pay. You want to stretch the rubber a little too far and say, okay, I still want to help people who are downtrodden. Let's look at it more as economically backward people. Don't make it a blanket approval saying that all 300 units go out free. Because then somebody who is a millionaire and living in Delhi with crores of rupees, just because he's got a flat which is closed, you know, he will not have to pay that electricity bill, which is not socially justified. And so therefore, I'm against this principle of giving freebies.
You are saying it can work economically?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Goa is a rich state. Goa is the only state, Pramod, which has got a problem of surplus. And therefore, you will find pilferage. I will not call it corruption because I really don't have an evidence for it. But pilferage, which is there, that percentage of pilferage is highest in a state of Goa in comparison to any other state in the country.
Okay. Jasmine, how do you respond to that? You are saying economically it can work, but it is absolutely not desirable.
Across our country, politicians and ministers, and our Minister Satyendra Jain ji showed an order and a notification of the Goan government where ministers are entitled to 5,000 units of power every month. Okay, so ministers can consume 5,000 units of power. MLAs and everybody, public servants, can get all the kind of perks, that is fine. But when it comes to helping a common man, I mean, this argument that 87% people should not be helped, only 10% people should be helped, we should open our eyes, go out and speak to people. The way COVID has impacted each and every household, you know, people who have 2 and 3 houses in different parts of Goa, like the ministers and MLAs of BJP, may not find it really valuable. But most of the people, we are connected on the ground. Most of the people have welcomed this. This is the kind of a support that helps people to live a dignified life. You know, a person, a student who wants to switch on a computer and take education tutorials, somebody who wants to have the fridge running, people should not have to make such tough choices in the time of COVID, when, you know, lives have been ruined, tourism is down, the entire Goan economy is is gone down. And they have just, you know, all the experts have accepted that actually this is a very smart subsidy. This is not going to have a substantial impact on the state exchequer. You know, by our calculation also, it's around 200 to 300 crore. Let me give you one example of how we are going to afford this. Goa today has one of the highest transmission losses in the entire country. 20% is the amount of power that is wasted by the government of Goa within the state itself. You know what was the transmission loss in Delhi when we took power in 2014? It was 17%. Today, it is 8%. In flat 5 years, we have brought it from 17% to 8% in Delhi. we promise that within 5 years in Goa also we will make sure that your transmission infrastructure is improved, and that money that is saved, why should it not go back and provide some relief to the people?
So I'm just saying that why should people get freebies? That was the basic question. So when I said that I do not want freebies to be given, I'm not saying that you don't give it to the general public but give it to the politicians. No, I'm saying across the country, why should the politicians or anybody for that matter get freebies?
Okay.
People who can afford should get paid. And pandemic, as Mr. Shah was talking about, I think is a temporary phenomenon. It needs management undoubtedly. There are ways to manage it.
Second point is the 24-hour uninterrupted power supply.
Absolutely.
And many people raise the issue of topography in the debate also.
Right.
Do you think that's a realistic assurance, or that's just
Yes,
eye-catching?
absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. I think there also, I don't know if anybody caught to what Mr. Jain said. He made a very logical point. He said at this point in time, if you are able to give in those same hilly areas electricity for even 10 hours or 12 hours, what is wrong in giving it to them for 24 hours? I mean, so it simply means that see, the problem, as Mr. Shah also put it very rightly, and as Manoj also put it very correctly, the problem is with the management, and the problem is with how it is transmitted to people. I think we've got a very archaic transmission system, and therefore we find this problem. And therefore Mr. Dattaprasad Naik also has to speak about झाड पडल्यार कित जातलें, वायरी मोडटल्यो. I mean, even in the 21st century, I think अजून झाड पडून जर वीज कोलमट्टा जाल्यार, I mean, I think there is something seriously to be thought about. The problem, I'll tell you, with BJP, what has happened, the problem with BJP is that people are copying Manohar Parrikar, or people believe that they are copying Manohar Parrikar's vision is being visionary. The problem is in strategy, what we teach people is that vision has to also be nimble enough in order to change with the changing times and environment. So right now what is happening is the vision of Manohar Parrikar is being copied, but Manohar Parrikar's vision is lacking. I mean, that's the problem.
That's all from here this week. Keep watching Goa Ahead.